And we'll talk a little bit more about the Golden Gate Bridge and the pros and cons of coming to this area when we come back. But for the time being, it's worth mentioning that when you do come here, you'll always have that one Warden spawn in, Brutus as he's known. He's actually not that hard to kill. The best thing to do is to shoot his helmet off, and then he takes a lot more damage. So we can see we've got the electric chairs here now. We can take that back to Alcatraz. You might wonder why I came here and then just went straight back to Alcatraz. Well, the reason for that is you need to have travelled to the Golden Gate Bridge in order to do the next step in the secret weapon Easter egg I'm going to show you guys now. And that involves using the Hell's Retriever to collect 5 skulls. So there is the first one just there in that cell, guys. Basically on top of the toilet in that cell. And you can't see them when you're in your body, but you can see them in afterlife mode if you're having trouble seeing exactly where they're located. Okay, so we're going to go and get the next one. And there is one in the Warden's office. We might actually leave that to last because it's pretty cool to see what happens when you get the last one. And we're going to head down through the Citadel tunnels here. And we'll go to pick up 2 skulls that are down here near the dock area. Now this is actually a pretty easy mini Easter egg, guys, and it's definitely worth doing whether you're playing solo or multiplayer to get the free weapons that you get as a result of this. There's actually 2 weapons you get. You get one before the other. And the next skull location that we're going to collect is down here on the docks. It's actually out on the pier where Treyarch of Troll is again with Flopper. So on that 3rd pillar, and you'll know you get it because your character will make a comment, and you'll also usually see the blue skull being retrieved by Hell's Retriever. This next one, guys, is actually a little bit trickier to get from down here. You can get it from the gondola sometimes as well if you want to try and hit a moving target, but I was a little bit too far back here. But what you kind of need to do is charge your Tomahawk to get the extra distance. At least I think you need to do that. That's what I do anyway. And you need to jump as you throw it as well. It's situated right on top of that lamppost that we were aiming at there, but I don't get it these first couple of attempts. It's kind of... I was trying to see if I could get it from over here, but it's a little bit out of range. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit, I don't know, stressful having a zombie breathing down your neck in that little area, especially when the gate's closed off, so I didn't want to get down doing this. So get a little bit closer here. This time we actually get it.
We're gonna need this, all right?
Okay, so we have 3 of the 5 skulls that we need to collect. And we're going to head up to where the other 2 are located. The next one is actually on the roof area. There is a lot of running around and back and forth in this map, especially playing solo. It's kind of a shame that they didn't put stamina up in this map because it would have been really, really tempting to use that to get around quicker. But overall, I'm really loving this map, guys. The more I've played it, the more I like this map and enjoy it. It does have a lot of replayability. I've always been of the opinion with zombies that I would rather see really super overpowered guns and lots of them and a hard map than see a hard map, like an easy map, sorry, with crappy guns. And this time they've pretty much done that. It's not the hardest ever map compared to some that we've seen, but it's definitely I'd say a medium difficulty map, and there's a lot of tight areas, you know, a lot of navigation you have to think your way through and things like that. So, and it has like 3 traps, guys. It has overpowered melee weapons. It has a beast wonder weapon with and check this out, guys. jump scare from Treyarch there. And that's also where the other skull is located right there. Yeah, but it also has, as I was saying, it also has an amazing wonder weapon with a ton of ammunition. In the later rounds, in the really high rounds, like past round 40, the wonder weapon does stop killing zombies. So it's not as overpowered as, say, the thunder gun was in terms of the actual damage and one hit kill up to any round. But it is really good in the rounds that most people will get to. Now here's the other thing you have to do is shoot this poster down here with the Hell's Retriever. That will open up another portal, guys. And what you need to do for this next step, I'll show you in a second. But the very last of the blue skulls, the fifth one, is located in the Warden's office out this window on that telegraph pole. And once you do get the fifth skull, the Warden's desk lights on fire epically, and you get a free blundergat. Now, only one person can pick that up, so you want to, if you're playing co-op, you want to kind of make sure you negotiate who's going to take that. But the best thing to do, and this is what I'm going to do in this game, if you want to have two overpowered guns, is to try and get a blundergat out of the box first, and then pick up that so you have two of them at once. So I'm going into the afterlife here now. Once we hit that post drop, this area became accessible. There is a spoon down there, guys. So look for the spoon, zap the spoon, it will disappear, and you'll hear that little laugh, kind of like we get when the mystery box disappears. And we're going to hear that again a little later for another part to this mini Easter egg. Alright, so once we've got that spoon good and zapped through that portal, if you come here, we're going to build the zombie shield while we're here, because I forgot to do that earlier, pick that up. But there is a spoon located right there, guys, and once you get that, you will actually have, instead of having your regular combat knife, you will actually have like a silver or metal spoon as your melee weapon, and this thing is almost equivalent to a Bowie knife in terms of power just by itself. So there's kind of actually three secret weapons that you unlock by doing this Easter egg, but the spoon is actually pretty good by itself as well. Now, as you can see there, we spoon that zombie in the face. So we're going to keep another zombie at the end of this round as well. Or at least I thought we were, but I probably didn't realize that that zombie was the last one. In any case, it doesn't really matter, because what I'm going to do is hit the mystery box until I get a blundergat out of it. So that's probably going to require quite a few points to get it. And I'm not going to buy any other perks until we get that. But hopefully you guys can basically benefit from this strategy, because it really does set yourself up super well with a lot of awesome weapons very, very early if you do it the way that I'm showing you here. So getting some extra points by spooning these guys to death. That kind of sounds wrong, doesn't it? Kind of sounds sexual or something, but yeah, you know what I mean. Now, while I'm doing that, it's worth mentioning with Brutus, what happens with him is he will spawn in randomly and basically try and lock down like perk machines, the mystery box, or the buildables tables, as well as the airplane actually as well. And he just spawns here behind me. So I'm going to try and kill him without killing the last zombie. He's a little bit taller, so hopefully we can go for some headshots on him. I have to be careful though not to get cornered, so fortunately this DSR is pretty powerful. I just have to hit him in the right spot with it. As I said, shooting off his helmet is the best way to go. But for some reason I wasn't having too much luck here taking him down. So we have to run him around a little bit. He's a little bit close to that other zombie, so I didn't want to risk killing the zombie there. Now there's a fan trap there as well, guys. I'm not going to use that in this playthrough, but it is a pretty cool trap that will basically mow down all the zombies that go through it, and you can crawl underneath that as well. Yeah, it's taken me a while to kill this guy, but we'll get there. And then what I'm going to do is hit the mystery box to try and get the Blunder Gat. Now with the weapon Easter egg that I'm doing, guys, to get this other melee weapon, what's worth mentioning here, and I finally kill Brutus, is he'll come back though. Is that if everyone does the parts in the same sequence, so if everyone gets zaps that spoon through the portal, you know, not necessarily at the same time, but prior to anyone moving on to the next step, then it is possible for everyone to pick up this melee weapon, and I'll talk about that a little bit later when we actually get to it. I get a ray gun here, which is pretty awesome. And this will basically one-shot Brutus in the early rounds. And we finally get the Blunder Gat. So how lucky was that, guys? I think that was pretty much my second or third hit at the box there. Getting the ray gun and the Blunder Gat. Okay, so we are good to go, guys. I'm going to show you what this thing is like in each of its 4 different forms. That's right, there are 4 different versions of this gun that you can get via modifying it with the acid, packer punching it, and stuff like that. So you'll be able to see what it's like in each of its various forms in this playthrough as well. There is another really amazing box weapon as well that I'll show you a bit later in this. But for the time being, we're going to go double Blunder Gats. So I'm coming back up to where the Acid Kit is here, and what you do is you just basically click on that, and it will modify the weapon so it is the Acid Gat. And this is actually pretty much a wonder weapon by itself. It's very hard almost to tell the difference between this Acid Gat and the Packer Punch version of this, which is called the Malevolent Witherer or something like that. It's a pretty weird name. Sorry, the Vitriolic Witherer, not the Malevolent Witherer. What we're doing now is picking up these gas cans, and they're always located in the same spots, guys. So after you've flown the plane once, you'll need to refuel it. So the first one is there next to the washing machine, and there's also 2 on the way down to the docks. There's one at the bottom of these stairs that we're going to pick up. So thankfully they didn't make these random for every single time that you collect them. That would have been super annoying. Just down here near these numbers is the second one.
We got a fuel can.
And the third one is right outside the cage where we picked up the part for the plane down here on the docks. Now, I don't use it in this playthrough, but I'm going to mention too, there is a trap down here at the end of this docks area, just down here, which is the tower trap. And if you buy that trap, it's like a sniper that shoots the zombies, and it's actually pretty powerful one-hit kill. I'm not sure up to what round it's a one-hit kill, but it is pretty good in the early rounds anyway. Now, you can actually upgrade that trap. It's the only trap you can upgrade. And how you do that is you go into the afterlife, and just below it, when you've activated it, they'll open up one of the electrical nodes that you have to power in the afterlife, and that will then turn it into an RPG firing tower. But that kind of creates a lot of crawlers and is probably not as good and clean in terms of killing zombies as it is unupgraded. And it's also not a lasting effect either, so you have to do it each and every time you want to use it. It's kind of not that practical, but it's still a pretty cool thing that that Trike have put into the map. Okay, so we're coming back, guys, and we're going to pick up this fuel can from the Warden's office. That is the 4th one, and there is one final fuel can that we're going to grab, and that is right up near where the plane is. I'm not sure why I'm coming around this way. This is definitely the long way around, but never mind. One of the cool things as well is when you pick up the parts for the planes, it ticks them off on those posters on the wall, so you can actually see your progress by looking at the poster on the wall with the parts. Okay, so we're going to head to Alcatraz and pack-a-punch these things now, guys, so you can see what the standard GAT. And by the way, you have to click on this. This is the 3rd step after you've got the spoon and then you've retrieved the spoon from the cafeteria. You have to click on that bathtub there. This is the last fuel can. And then you'll see a spoon stirring the blood. That's important to do that until you go on to the next part of that particular mini Easter egg to unlock the melee weapon I was talking about before. So we have refueled the plane here with our 5 fuel cans, and we're going to head to the Golden Gate Bridge, and we're going to pack-a-punch the regular Blundergat.